Hey, I truly believe it that you are enjoying watching series of videos related to Keap Pro for the real estate. We are using this application in order to optimize, streamline, easy up the operations for real estate professional. And this particular situation, showing you how to set it up behind the scenes, just bits of configuration and how that work. However, my primary goal is to make you understand that that's not really your uh, problem. We have a team of the professionals which are operating in setting up those logistics. Uh, my goal in series of those videos it's to just give you an idea how that works behind the scenes. However, the end product will be just following up the tasks and following the steps, and simple as that. And uh, based on our experience, that is so helpful to the extreme. And definitely there is a huge advantage of utilizing that kind of application. So uh, I believe that if you watched it, we covered some configuration settings like projects, like automations, like the pipeline, appointments, my contact informations, messaging. You can send the text messages, phone calls within the application. So this is full-blown system as a CRM system. And today I will be just providing the continuation, and I will give you the proof that we already start generating the leads, and that will be showing on this screen just to give you an idea. I have to blur it for the Privacy Act, but as you see it here, June 3rd, June 3rd, June 3rd. Oh, you don't see it, but you can believe it. And I will show it to you, my personal profile, testing profile. I will open it and you will see it, all the details about myself, the contact informations, and what has been happening in calling, phone calls, emails sent, etc. Tag being applied. But if you go, there's marked as a lead, and then automatically we see it also that we already created the informations like the down payment. This is just testing, so don't look at those numbers. This is for making sure that we are having automated system where prospects, they filling up the informations within 7 minutes, and we will know right away if there are prospect A, B, or C, right? I discuss that later on. So A means that there are ready to rock and roll. So if you see it lead type, here there is A, and all that information's associated with that particular prospect, right? So I will be showing how that works from the after when we cover the entire Keap Pro for the real estate investors, right? So I would love to have opportunity to you to show the informations concerning the what I want to switch and talk about. It's the forms, and let's do this way. If you remember, we were discussing the pipelines, right? So we defined previously the pipelines for the buyers, sellers, and money partners, and we have two sections for the buyers, and that's what we are working at this moment. So we have in new leads, verification, if they are qualified. So I should be going soon to the pre-qualified, uploading the documentation verifications, then closing, and then if won, that means that we will be working with that tenant buyer for the buyer's project. If lost, they will go to the nurturing campaign, but I covered that before, and then they will be switching to not started, then they will be switching to working with the mortgage agents, realtors, property search, offer preparation, offer sent, offer accepted, offer rejected, so they can go back, closing, that's legalities and closed, and then asking for the referrals. And as you see it, we also created the sellers pipeline and then sellers project, very similar aspect, but different operations, right? So for the home sellers, and then we have in the investors, right? Very, very streamlined from that perspective. But for example, that's what I want to cover today. We will be covering later on how that is automations done from the Facebook marketing, from other media marketing, social media, or any means. However, there is a huge chance that, for example, you meet prospects online, you meet and they call you, you meet them in person, and by any means you will be entering that records by yourself manually, and that's what I would like to show it to you, how that can be done through utilizing internal forms and external forms, right? So if we go to settings, and then we created the tag, no tags, just give me forms, perfect. So what we have done it is we have internal forms, right? And I will discuss with you that new lead form, and we have in also buyers entire information form and public forms. Public forms, the people, you can create it and embed it in the funnels or any other means, right? So you can utilize this approach, right? So they can provide the first name, last name, phone number, and that is everything synchronized with the processing, right? So that's very good. However, I would like to talk about the internal form. What we prepared here is, when you receive the call, you do not know if this is the investor, home buyer, home seller, other party, and person of the interest, which can help you to build the operations, right? Help you to build your business. So what we have created here is new lead form, and within that lead form, what we will be doing is very, very simple. We ask for the first name, last name, email address, phone number. We are not asking to be required, because it's up to you to decide it if you can ask. Just one of the nice things is add the note, so you can type it in, potential prospect and whatever they have, the information, etc., right? And this is one of the good things, which is you can add the tags, okay, buyer, seller, or investor, or you don't have to add the tag, and then there will be different actions set up based on that, the form, right? So imagine somebody calls you, hey, my name is John Smith, and I'm interested to sell house through your services. How does it work, etc., right? So during the conversations, you may ask, hey, what is your first name? You can last name, etc., right? And then you can mark it down information, and you can apply the tag, and you can start the process of working with that particular individual, right? How that will work from the perspective of putting them in the proper pipeline, right? I do really encourage you to watch previous videos about pipelines and how we are setting up. So remember that form, we have to apply the tags, right? So we have a Street Smart Tools buyer's pipeline. I'm not going to cover, but what we are working at this moment is we're going to edit. I want to show you how that works, okay? So we get the first name, last name, email address, phone number, we get in the notes, we apply the tag, right? Okay, let's hypothetically, let's see that we apply the tag for the buyer. Oh, okay. It's opening. So if we enter that information, we will have an internal form, and that can be applied for other sequences, right? So I just started to see it. So the form, as you see it here, this is the as you remember, this is internal form and new lead form. Remember that, right? And now I have defined it. I will be defining here. This is called decision diamond. If some criteria are met, then take an action and go to different operations, different sequences, right? So rules are for buyer sorting, add a role. So please select if the contacts tag, please select contains you see it here. I will add it. This is not new lead. Okay, I will put buyer. Okay, new lead, right? So that's the perfect one. Okay, and then we can define other roles for other criteria, right? So I'm not going to have this, but you can test it that applications if that with particular contact information. So I created this sequence, and what will happen is I'm applying the tag, right? That is the new lead. Apply the note. So that will be recorded for that particular person, right? And then this is new feature from the infusions from the Keap. You can select which campaign pipeline, and then you can put them into the buyer's pipeline new lead, right? And that what will remove it. We will remove it from the sequence. So I believe that it's very, very powerful from that perspective. And please understand, that will be happening for the sellers. Okay, then we will duplicate that for the buyers, not buyers, investors. And here, if there is no tag applied, what I'm going to do it's no tag applied. What we can do is we can create the task. For example, we can apply the tag, no tag, and then we can decide it and apply that, create a task for the in the middle here. Let's do, I'm going to delete that sequence temporarily, and then I can apply the task, and we can define it. Please sort it out, provide the information, and make sure that the person is other. And then we can assign to the task owner and all the information associated, right? We pop up reminders and everything, right? So that person can apply different kind of tag, can be different, not buyer, not seller, maybe the realtor or private contact informations, and then they can apply it accordingly. But one of the good things is if they don't apply the tag, automatically other actions, the pipelines for the home buyers, sellers, or investors will be not triggered, right? And then we can customize it and apply different kind of sequences, different operations for that. So I believe that will be, at this moment, will be enough for you to have an idea. The primary message from this video, it's good to be aware how that works behind the scenes, and very important also to understand that primary logistics is not up to you it's up to you, of course, you input. However, we are setting up all the campaigns for you, our team, and definitely that will be very, very, very beneficial for you. And if you have any questions concerning implementing all the marketing strategies for the real estate professionals, in this situation, we have our nice, good friend focusing on rent-to-own programs, but we are developing also for the agreement for sales, for other applications, renovations, etc. I'm looking forward to working with you, and definitely I will be providing more information on a regular basis. Some other videos will be continuations of the campaigns, how we are setting up, how we are growing, and how we are expanding upon that. Our goal will be definitely to have digital signatures, sending the contracts, forms, working with the mortgage agents. That will be an ongoing process because that's what we are developing. And then also we will be covering how we are utilizing our well-developed system to verify the prospects, if there are prospects A, B, C, within 7 minutes. And then we will be also covering, what kind of marketing we are using, right? You can use the flyers, you can use word of mouth, doesn't matter what. The primary key is no more Excel sheets, no more piece of papers, no more, oh, should I call that person or not? Everything will be streamlined for you, and it's worth every penny. So looking forward, and if you are interested, I will be very happy to offer you good discount, let's say, for our services, and definitely for the Keap applications by itself.